la familia estelar, you did not land here by chance. You have indeed entered into a sacred world line collision. This message, okay, I'm hearing transmission. So this is a signal that you have received, and it's materializing into reality because you have been shedding a lot. It's not that you've been changing who you are. I'm hearing there's only an illusion of that change that's happened because you're discarding all whom you are not, all that is not aligned with your eternal core essence, and you're coming back into that remembrance. So the message I saw is that you are rising into a new octave and you're shedding anything that does not align with that resonance, that resonant knowing. That's what it feels like. And you are giving yourself permission to begin again. Now, today we are at Killarumiyoq, and hopefully we can go and find the moon table as well, which is Salakaka, which should be somewhere in this vicinity. However, Killarumiyoq basically means that it's moonstone energy, which we're wearing moonstone today. It's about the moon, right? It's like a Quechua, which is a portal that you're stepping through. The moon is all about the unknown as well. And it's, I'm hearing a series of decisions that are going to lead to a new sequence of events that you're intuitively being guided to surrender to. And it feels like you're surrendering to some type of new terrain in your life. Okay, and then you also have, okay, so that's Kia. And then you have Rumi, which is the stone. Stone is something that holds memory. And I feel like it's also something that's solidifying into your experience. Something that's solidifying into your experience is almost like you're remembering the why this is so aligned with what your initial intentions were before this incarnation. And then you also have Yoq, which is possession. So it's the one that possesses the moonstone. And it's funny because we have Rainbow Moonstone on today, which is about you creating miracles every single day. So there is a seed that's sprouting, but it's from not just light alone, but some type of timing that's taken place in your life. And Mama Kia was the one who marked the sacred calendar where a new time and era begun. And this is because your consciousness has traveled into a new event within yourself. I'm hearing there's things that you've become conscious of within yourself. And now you're consciously and lucidly guiding your life into your chosen direction. So yeah, we have a lot to talk about. She was the mirror of the eternal essence, and that's something that's being reflected back to you through everything around you. Yeah, these are dedicated to the moon goddess, and with the moon, we also have, by the way, I'm recording this on the super full moon in Aries as well. So this is definitely, I'm hearing a bold action or series of events. I'll tell you what the theme is. Okay, so this is how you're showing up right now. You're showing up as the moon maiden. The moon maiden is basically you've gone inwards. All right, the moon maiden is somebody that's gone inwards and they've discovered something within themselves. And it's starting to rain a little bit. So you're going through like a cleansing process, but this is leading to a new beginning that you're very curious about. Is it rain? Yeah, it's rain. But yeah, this, I'll go ahead and read it, right? It says, the moon maiden arrives to offer you a new beginning, a new face, and a facet of yourself that's aching to be shown to the world. And this feels like something that you've rediscovered within yourself. Those qualities that you've been quietly cultivating are ready for the limelight. The secrecy was important, for it protected your new face and kept what's precious close to your heart. But now it's time to come forward in a full splendor. Announce the new you to yourself first, and then reveal it slowly into the world like a waxing and waning moon. So you've gone through this different kind of cycle within yourself. Now's the time to set yourself free. Allow others to be as surprised by how mature and grown up this side of you is. The moon maiden belongs only to herself. She is summoning the parts of you that challenge convention and that refuse to be intimidated and that cannot be put inside of a golden cage. The moon maiden invites you to shine your own light. You have a radiant curiosity, and you can ask anyone who offers you a mouthful of dogma, why do you believe this is so? Question everything others assume as a given, and do not collude with the drama around you, because you are becoming an unpredictable yet an eminently reliable friend. And I'm hearing even to yourself, you know, the way that you're nurturing and caring and showing up for yourself is It's something like you've never seen before. The Moon Maiden invites you to answer only to yourself and reminds you that you are not anyone's property. Be true to your soul's calling, even as some around you in a relationship or job may try to capture your light inside of a bottle. You know how to rise to the occasion just unfailingly as the moon does. When the time comes, you return to darkness and become enshrouded in mystery until you're ready to return again. So there is something that you've discovered, and I don't want to say discovered, but it feels like something that you've uncovered that is already there, has already been there within you, and you're coming back to it, okay? And especially it's monumental because right now this is sort of 11, and we literally have a catch with that. I'm going to go into the cave now. I feel like we're kind of being summoned with the weather. But yeah, there are new soul contracts that are going to make themselves evident to you. Now, the thing about soul contract or agreements is that you're utilizing your discernment and applying your free will into a trajectory that feels so aligned, because there are many different, I'm hearing selection of timelines that will be revealing themselves to you. We even have hell right now. And you have to utilize your discernment to see what feels like it's congruent. There is something that's singing back to you, because this place that we're in now, this cave that we got summoned up to, kind of functions like an amphitheater where you send out this signal and then it's reciprocated, and I'm hearing reverberates back tenfold. And it's used for rituals or chanting or music or even lunar activations. And if you think about the lunar energy is about the non-physical aspect of yourself. And there's something that's being activated for you on a soul level. That's definitely what it seems like as well. But yeah, I'll go ahead and let you enjoy the view. There's also different ways that your higher self is speaking to you during this time, because women used to come here to honor these cycles of death and rebirth and menstruation and fertility, and you are in an extremely abundant, fertile cycle in your life. And I'm hearing this is not just a cycle, but it's like you're coming back to the fact that you've always been a highly abundant being, and you're removing anything that's been distorting your vision and blocking your ability to see yourself clearly, especially as a creator navigating this realm. And yeah, this is about it being a mirror between worlds. Women used to actually come here to connect with Mama Kiya, to receive guidance in their dreams. And there's something about you being guided through this third-dimensional dream landscape during this time as well. What you nurture will grow, and what it is that you tend and care to is going to become a sacred act of devotion for you, especially moving forward, because you're going through a series of waning and waxing, but you are becoming whole within yourself, just like the moon does. Work that you've been doing behind the scenes, I'm hearing in Void, and Void in my Cosmos Dream Oracle message talks about the stillness, the nothingness. Can you handle it? And there's something around the silence has never been so loud for you. Maybe your silence is speaking 1,000 words, even for those around you, with that vibrating effect. Again, with this amphitheater. Silence is its own transmission. Trees do not announce their growth. Just like the moon does not announce its wholeness within itself, I'm hearing its whole return within itself and its knowing of its position in this construct and how this construct is designed. There's just a living embodiment of that is then witnessed in the night sky. So you're mirroring a different example, like the moon. That's what this seems like. You're mirroring an example of the self-trust that's being cultivated in the way that you navigate this existence, what that looks like. This mirror is showing you what's ready to emerge, especially with it being in Aries. This is you initiating a new cycle in your life as well, and it's opening up a portal of rebirth through some type of action that you're taking. So this is reclaiming even those most primal aspects of yourself and listening to your instinct right now too, and your heartbeat, and you're embodying the I am, the merging of the physical and the non-physical aspects. And it's almost like Mars, being the ruler of this full moon, is almost expediting a process. It's leading to you rapidly accelerating along your path, or something that you're doing that's rapidly accelerating. It's about standing in the light of your own becoming, knowing that what you're witnessing unfold is a memory of what has already come to be. So right now you are walking yourself back in a linear fashion, and you're watching the inevitability of your success unfold before your eyes. So this isn't a full moon that cradles, but it activates. It activates that knowing. I'm hearing that's the only reassurance that you need. It's not even a belief. It's a knowing. Your feet, with that instinct, already know the way before the path has completely materialized. But as you continue to walk the way continues to unfold for you. As you follow your heart's desires, the mysteries of the universe, I'm hearing, illuminates itself to you. The first Cosmos Oracle message that you have is Big Bang. Big Bang is not just a small explosion, it is quite literally the birth of a new universe, and there are new physical laws that are updating within you. That's what it feels like. There's no longer certain belief systems that are holding you back, because with sidereal space, this is those who belong to the stars or to the planets, right? They're wandering stars, and there's something new that your higher self is guiding you towards. The sidereal also talks about an outsider that's immersed within this matrix experience, but is anchoring in high levels of interdimensional awareness that extend and branch far beyond this system. And you're moving through this construct with otherworldly knowledge. So with Big Bang, it's leading to you rewriting the rules of this game. I'm also seeing the algorithm, certain thought forms that you were previously reinforcing are literally being obliterated, okay, and transferred into a high octave. That's what it seems like. And then you also had Retrograde and Fox P2. So Retrograde talks about the illusion of going back. We'll go ahead and read it. But it does talk about the illusion of moving backwards to reflect, review, or revise something in your experience. So you could be being guided to like take a step back, but it's leading you to taking 5 steps forward, but in an entirely new trajectory. At least it seems like that, but that trajectory is completely so aligned with what your initial intentions were before this incarnation. So Retrograde talks about the apparent movement of planets orbiting the sun with respect to others of the same system, who are perceived from us on Earth as moving backwards due to the different speeds and orbital distances covered. So this talks about a microcosm and a macrocosm. If you zoom in too much, you'll kind of get consumed in this storm. And it's funny because you've had Storm that came out, which is about the power to change your life that's in your hands right now. So we'll go ahead and read it. But if you zoom out enough, the storm becomes a speck. So not getting stuck up on the stories of the how and the when, but instead zooming out and focusing on the where and the why, and the how and the when will reveal itself to you. The feeling of the opposite and an indirect route. So this definitely gives me side quest type of energy for sure, where there is something that's going to present itself to you. And it seems like it has nothing to do with where it is you're going, but you don't realize, I'm hearing, it's going to act as a catalyst for you. Okay, so something is going to be acting as a catalyst. And then you also had Stellar Stream and Fox P2, which is literally about a magical alignment with Stellar Stream. It basically talks about somebody receiving. There's like a baby capybara that just ran. It's somebody receiving some type. They're basically streamlining something. And Fox P2 talks about the importance in the way that you speak to yourself. All right. So the words that you say I'm hearing an extra level of weight during this time. There's almost like a level of responsibility in regards to what's going on in your internal world, even if you think no one else can see it. It's going to be evident in the ways that things manifest and also change flows through you, and how resistant or in flow with that change you are. So that's definitely what this seems like. And then I'll go ahead and read the storm energy. This definitely just enhances that whatever it is that you're currently undergoing is leading you into a new era and a new chapter. So the perfect storm and the courage to step into a new life. This is definitely a new foundation that's being laid for you. Crows are all about preparing for change as well. So this is a change I'm hearing that you have been prepared for, but this is an invitation to act now. Let me just pick up these cards real quick. Okay. So, an initiation to act now, the courage to step into life sheltered from turbulence. When the perfect storm appears, it cautions you to be ready for an exciting and if turbulent time. The winds are picking up and you need to make sure that you are close to the eye of the storm, or you'll be buffeted by gusts that may take you far away from where you need to be. The key is to remain centered and balanced. So this is about seeing this through the lens of the higher self in physical form, and you're really being invited to ask yourself what the highest expression would be in order to, I'm hearing, master optimal navigation within the human experience, because you are a spiritual being having a human experience, and there's a lot of shifts that you're going to feel and observe happening within you, especially when it comes to feeling the full range of human emotion, but also bringing yourself back into that place of neutrality, so that you can be, I'm hearing you're being invited to accept an invitation from change. That's what it feels like. It's like you're being invited to accept some kind of, and I'm hearing it's not just an invitation, but you don't realize it ends up becoming an initiation for you. All right. So the key is to remain centered and balanced and to bear witness as the forces build in intensity. Notice how the loose stuff is starting to fly around and recognize how little of it you truly need. This is almost like you being stripped back, again, like the ego being stripped back to return back to the core essence of who you are. So let go of those thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes that cluster your heart and cloud your mind. Then the storm will become absolutely perfect for you. If you wonder what you may be losing during the perfect storm, know that it's those things that you're most attached to that will be taken first, as if life were trying to unburden you from our righteous self-importance. Let it all go in the wind. The less you resist the change brought by the perfect storm, the happier that you'll be. So this is what I'm seeing. It's almost as if the universe right now is blowing away with the breath of kindness all that is not aligned with what your initial intentions were before incarnation. And it's keeping everything that is. So I'm hearing it's like a house of cards. That's what it feels like. And there is a hidden ace that's revealed to you as this house of cards falls down. So ride the waves, ride the winds. Okay, so this is like waves of change into your next destination. Embrace the rain or snow, right? As you guys can see, like we had a huge rain and storm and it's just gone. So this can allow you to seize the moment. It's not time to argue with nature because you'll lose. And this is what nature is. This is what nature is. Listen. For those of you who are falling asleep right now, listen and come back. Okay? Nature is about surrendering to the ebbs and flows of giving and receiving with the universal flow happening inside of you. And this is about dancing to the rhythm that is in alignment with your origin point. Change isn't going to hurt your resistance to it. This is about change happening through you. And our inability to change is what creates stagnancy. That's where your experience blocks in your life. Life will be as fluid and abundant. I'm hearing the more fluid you'll be, the more abundance you'll experience. There might be a great opportunity that you need to take advantage of right now. Here, time is of the essence. It may be gone shortly, so do not hesitate. Go ahead, bite off more than you can chew, and take the storm on in all of its terrifying greatness. Experiencing the fullness of life, you will succeed. And then your last shaman's dream oracle message is the Father Gate and a bold step forward. This page ends on 111. Which is literally all about a destined outcome for you, okay? And you have infinite destinies. It's about which destiny you feel like is most congruent and in alignment with you. Okay, so 55, major change. And it's quite funny because it looks like right now we are literally in this spot, doesn't it? Like, look at this. I feel like we're literally at the Father Gate, bold step forward right now. So, the next experience, legacy and evolving, which requires a bold step forward, which is very much this Aries or moon energy. So when the Father Gate card shows up It is a clear call to lift your eyes to the horizon and begin to walk towards your future. You're marching in place right now, stirring the dust but not getting anywhere. Trust that your forward movement will lead you to a destination you have already set for yourself but had perhaps forgotten or neglected because of your everyday busyness. We're definitely going to talk about this because this is about not neglecting the soul's path, okay, and calling during this time, because your soul is calling you to explore new terrain, okay, and new ways of navigating this existence. So the Father Gate card comes to tell you that an ending is at hand and that you can leave the old behind. Peel it away like an old skin that you shed and do not hesitate. Cross the threshold boldly and you'll be rewarded. If you continue marking time instead of moving, you'll miss the opportunity. The gate is open, the next landscape of your life is within reach, but the window of time to pass through it grows shorter. Do not dally. A gift of the Father Gate is to bring you to the fullest expression of your gifts, perhaps even for the first time. I'm hearing in this lifetime. It's an invitation to a sacred passage, to a new discovery, and to both great challenges and opportunities. It's not a graduation. There are no rewards other than the exploration and giving yourself a permission to explore those new timelines that are presenting themselves to you. And there are no you've been a farmer for far too long, tilling the hard soil that now bears little fruit. It's time to put on that explorer hat once again. So there's definitely something new that you're being called to explore and something that you're being called to surrender to. What's really interesting is that you have two wisdom of the oracle messages, and the way that they've come out together is super interesting because, first of all, you have peace, which is radical acceptance. And as you can see, that's like an egg. Okay, and eggs also represent like a new beginning that's hatching. But I'm seeing this almost as if it's a version of yourself that's hatching during this time. And we'll read it. But you also have soul contracts, which talks about strategic alliances or soul contract or agreements that you are being offered, okay, or shown during this time, and it's up to you whether you want to accept this invitation. The Peace card talks about freedom from attachment and radical acceptance. It does not get any better than this. A quiet mind, heart-fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul's satisfaction. The way to peace is through your radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful and enjoy it. So this could be about you being aligned with maybe another resonant soul that you have a lot of harmony between, and it's almost as if the two are perfectly tuned instruments that are singing to, you know, a very specific tempo, melody, and rhythm. But peace is yours to be savoured. In prosperity in your life, this is one of those times where you're capable of a clear vision about your work and also how you want to create in this existence. So you've been called into the present moment, and that allows you to step into your power. It does talk about just being is enough, especially in relation to your work or things that you are creating in this existence, things that I'm hearing you're devoting yourself to as well. And I'm seeing a hummingbird, which is so beautiful. You guys want to see it? Oh, is it going to fly away? And what do? They retrieve nectar as well, which is like this golden elixir that sustains you. That sustains you along your soul's journey. So there's something that you're retrieving during this time as well. Anyway, in prosperity, it does talk about it's enough with you just being, okay? And it is going to show up in the work that you do, because when you're in a state of remembrance, it shows through the things that you do, that sacred devotion, and how you're sacredly devoted to the soul's journey shows up in the work that you dedicate yourself to. You also have soulmates, right? So this one talks about harmonious partnerships, love, friendship, companionship, and a relationship fostering personal growth. Even if this is the relationship that you're developing with yourself as well, it doesn't have to be anyone or anything external. It could even be a relationship that you have to something that you feel like you're contracted to do. And again, with soul contracts, this is something that will be offered to you that will open up a very specific selection of timelines, but it's up to you and how you apply your free will. If it's a timeline that you want to step into or experience within this lifeline, you do have power in that decision. So you are meant to evolve and transform with the companion of another. Certain people enter your life in order to take you to the next level of healing and consciousness and authenticity. It's always reciprocated, although the results could vary for each one of you. You know these people by the strong
pulling you towards them, and sometimes a strong aversion that you may have to them too. Some can be in your life for a lifetime, others for only a short amount of time, but one thing is for sure, you'll be changed in ways that you cannot possibly fathom right now. So they are your greatest gifts and they will appear today. And I'm seeing this as even some of you being contracted or being offered, let's just say, so contractual agreements with guides that are encoded into your field that are presenting themselves to you. It feels like, again, for the first time in this lifetime, to assist you in, I'm hearing this sacred devotion of some kind, to assist you in taking you to that next stage, or leading you or guiding you in some way. And again, this could be guidance that some of you are receiving in your dreams, definitely, being a Killarumiyoq. So yeah, this is about people that will never be the same after a world-like collision of some kind. Okay, plasma-like life forms that are part of a counterpart Earth crossing over into this realm, engaging with you in your third dimensional experience, whether that's spirit manifested into form or spirit that you're tuning into. Okay, so yeah, this is huge. Like, this is huge. This also could be strategic alliances that are going to be revealing themselves to you. Maybe mentors, business, healers, helpers, strangers that are essentially going to be opening up doors for you into new realities. Okay, into a new ecosystem. Each person is a portal, and I feel like there is a person or spirit that's going to reveal itself to you, and it's a portal into an ecosystem filled with people, opportunities, and circumstances. So it's up to you if you want to cross that bridge. Okay, that's what I'm seeing, but there is a bridge that's going to present itself to you, but it's a dance of collaboration and co-creation, something that you have been waiting for. So this is something or someone that's going to be collapsing into a reality or materializing into a reality to assist you in this sacred transition. That's definitely what it feels like. It is like a transition point that you're entering into. Now, this is definitely going to feel like a personal victory to you, and I'll go ahead and show you why. So you had victory, which talks about success, right? But it also talks about your inner triumph that you're going to be reaching, especially with the temple path. It feels like a successful reunification with the soul, the non-physical, and also other beings that are existing in that layer or dimension of reality. That's what I'm seeing, that are constantly surrounding you, because this is about messages from your ancestors, messages from the spirit realm, from meditation, from altered states of consciousness, essentially, that you're kind of phasing in and out of. And with happy family, it feels like something that is soul aligned for you, or maybe you're aligning with your soul family in some way. Okay, and I'm hearing you're seeing that being re-manifested. And you know what's super interesting? I was talking to a couple people about this, where with the waning and the waxing moon phases, it's almost as if you have gone into a period of stillness or reclusiveness, or you've gone internal or behind the scenes, or maybe isolated yourself to some kind of degree, but at the same time you've never felt so alone during that period or process. And every time you return back from almost like that hermit mode, you return back absolutely transformed. And the energy I was receiving for that is, it shows in very evident ways and very physical ways, where it feels like you've stepped into a new reality, but it's not because the world around you has changed, it's that you have changed. And it's changing the way that you perceive this world, because you do not see things as they are, you see them as you are. And the message I was getting is that you've stepped into a high octave within yourself, and you're seeing now high octave experiences and connections collapsing, materializing into reality. It's like you step into a new world, but it's because you've arrived into a new world within yourself. And that's what I was getting, especially with school, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. It feels like you're more of an optimistic student during this time. That's what I can say. It's almost like there's a level of optimism, and it's because you're changing your relationship with how you've navigated things previously. And this is also energetic boundaries that you're mastering, because you do have Hadrian energy, codependency, and boundaries, where again you are very aware that you're stepping into a more multi-dimensional realm as a multi-dimensional being, which talks about you navigating many different characters, energetic signatures in this realm, and you really want to make sure that you're rooted and grounded in who you are, to the point where you can see through the illusions of this world very, very clearly, and also that illusion of separation. And then you also have unfolding rose, which talks about life happening for you and not to you, and also happening through you, and you're already doing it. Keep facing your true north. So this is something that feels like it's destiny calling, all right? And the other message that you got is the halls of learning. So again, this is great lessons and confirmation that you've been receiving in the spirit plane. The halls of learning talks about where there's spiritual beings that are drawing close to you during this time. I'm here to assist you in this next ascension cycle that you're moving through. You're on the path of great learning. Spiritual beings are drawing close to support you during this time. If you're facing any challenging or difficult circumstances, or have just moved through such a time, you're being called to review what it is that you've learned about yourself. If you're still feeling overwhelmed by a certain event or asking why it happened, call in on source or your guides to reveal to you the pattern, trauma, or wound that has contributed towards this challenge. So it's not that you've changed your relationship to the past in some way. It's like you've tuned back into the version of yourself and the fractal of yourself that's existing at a higher level of understanding and can see the full landscape of time and space and understands the characters that have played a very particular role or story into your life. The stories that have played out and what it is that's helped activate within you, and you're returning to the part of yourself that's unaffected by what has happened within this construct, untouched by time, like you're tuning back into that eternal essence. So if you aren't experiencing challenging energy, the reason is that you've made huge progress on your spiritual journey, and this is where you've overcome judgment, because judgment is a survival mechanism where you're separating yourself from another, okay, and you're seeing through that illusion. And you're tuning back into the heart space, which is your interconnectedness to all things. And you're understanding what it is that you've taught yourself through the form of another you, essentially. Okay. Yeah, this is something that has shifted your perspective. And it indicates that your spiritual gifts are developing during this time, because you've been able to come back into this place of reunification with the whole, where you're becoming whole with yourself and reclaiming, again, these gifts. That's what it feels like. Now, you also have a couple angel number message cards, so we'll go ahead and read them to you. The first one is 1919 transformation. So it's asked that you take notice that you hold within your hands the power to change your life. Within this realization, you'll feel a sense of purpose and connection to new beginnings. So this is some type of new beginning that's taking place in your life with transformation. 333 is your potential to rise to your highest of potentials has arrived. This is perseverance that has gotten you to where it is that you are now. You've been through so much and you're being guided to be exactly where it is that you need to be at this stage in your evolution. You also have 1616, which is about willpower. Even though things may feel out of sync or not in your control, there is something that you're moving through that you're being divinely supported to, I'm hearing, make peace with. And a lot of this comes with making peace with your past, okay? Allows you to find peace in the present moment. That's what I'm seeing for you. And also enter into a more peaceful, luminescent future of some kind. And then the foundation was 666, which is about reflection, reviewing, and also revising basically your life on earth, or what goes on in the physical material plane. Now, one of your messages is temperance, and temperance talks about a maze. If you think about also the temperance archetype, it is this Sagittarius otherworldly essence that has incarnated into this realm and has their foot in both worlds at once. So it feels like you're kind of dipping your toe into a new timeline of experiences. That's definitely what it seems like. But yeah, temperance in the maze, I'll go ahead and show it to you. So this talks about a new way that you're navigating this existence. Temperance and the maze. So this talks about you find yourself alone in the maze. An endless labyrinth of corridors and spirals that lead to many different outcomes. There is an exit at the center of every circle, and you could take any one you walk by, but only some exits lead to a life meant for you. There are great lives that you're meant to live buried deep inside the maze, but you'll eventually have to walk towards the one that calls your name, or you could spend a lifetime walking in vain. As you walk by another spiral in the maze, you hear a sound calling you towards the center. It doesn't feel perfect, but you've grown tired of looking. This card shows up when it's time to make a compromise. Expectations don't always meet reality, and sometimes that's just the fact of life. Sometimes the outcome is not what you were hoping for, and a compromise is in order. Take the middle road and celebrate that you made it out the maze at all. I'm seeing this as the path where you want to know all the answers, or you want to control the variables that will reveal itself to you on your path, right? but you're having to make friends with the unknown right now, and you're having to surrender to the fact that as you walk the way will continue to unfold. So it feels like a trust walk that you're doing, not just with the universe, but again, like the universe inside of you. So that's what I was seeing for Maze. And then you also have Judgment, which literally talks about that, right? Judgment talks about following the callings of the soul. It also talks about being in a place in your life where you're really having to make friends with the unknown variables. And every time you fear the unknown, you disconnect from your higher self. Okay, every time you fear the unknown, you also allow fear to become one of your biggest barriers. So the chilling gust of the wind knocks you out of your state of ecstasy. This is about a reflection that's going on within you and a silent reckoning that's taking place. So this is a soul review that's going on if you found yourself here. Whatever blooming happiness has been left over from your recent enlightenment has faded into the unknown. You're unsure what happens now or what comes next. You want to leave where you are, but the time has come to move into the unknown again. The unknown symbolizes the exterior forces we encounter in our life that push us into the unfamiliar and sometimes unwanted directions. And this is unwanted by the ego, but it's something that the soul is craving to experience. That's what it feels like. So the unconscious trajectories propel us more often than we realize. The unknown will awaken you before you're ready. And so you must learn to move with it. I'm hearing not against it. It may not be the kind of awakening that you would like, because it can be a rude awakening, especially to the ego, but it's almost like you're having to leave your ego at the door and allow spirit to lead the flesh. It may not be the kind of awakening you'd like, but it's sometimes necessary to move on. It's what creeps in on lonely nights and makes you question what you know to be true. This reckoning is meant to test you, and you will come out the other side awakened and invigorated. And then you have a Six of Swords energy, right? So this is saying that stepping into the unknown will leave you feeling vulnerable, okay? And I'm hearing exposed to the elements that are designed to actually assist you, but, many have been indoctrinated otherwise in this system. Anyway, this bridge of vulnerability is going to be the only connecting point into this timeline, okay? This bridge of actually taking action, even with, I'm hearing an unknown reaction, is going to be your point of power. This Six of Swords is basically about a sacrifice that's needed. Maybe it's about sacrificing your comfort zone. Maybe it's about you consistently disrupting your comfort zone in some way in order to be able to evolve, because there cannot be change and growth in the same sentence when you're resisting that change. So in order to grow and evolve into I'm hearing a higher octave version of reality, you must tune into that fractal that's already existing within you. So yeah, this is a situation that is a transition point, and you have to trust that everything is working out for you. Destiny is not just something that's handed to you, but it's something that you consciously choose to align yourself with. And I want to share a extraterrestrial experience that I had recently, where there are infinite timelines, right? But there were a selection of timelines that were being offered to me. And it's not until I remember that I had free will that not every path is one that you have to accept. Not every invitation actually has to be answered. And there are certain invitations in which you are going to be receiving. And you must be discerning in regards to what contractual contracts, okay, what experiential contracts in this system you choose to participate in. And can you discern what contracts feel aligned with you or not? Because that's where your power lies. Can you check in with yourself? Because no one else can confirm that for you. That's only going to be you. There is power in the pause right now, and there is power in your sacred recalibration before you choose to align yourself in the physical in very particular trajectories. So, With that being said, I'm gonna love and leave you guys right there. I just wanted to get this message out today. And yeah, I'll speak to you very soon. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing. I'd love to have you around. Personal reading details also down below. Also check out Autispread if you guys are looking for some high quality AA grade jewelry. Today I have Moonstone. I also have part of the third eye chakra collection on as well, so definitely tuning in with the intuition, all intuitive stones today. And yeah, you have 2 discount codes for that down below. I'll speak to you very, very soon. Until next time, bye. Oh, it's there. That's the moon altar.